Hi all, I'm Aviv Ovadya, and I want to zoom out a bit and talk about an urgent sort of research agenda and an ecosystem of practice that I'm trying to build. And this is related to many of the questions that came up on Friday around sort of what to align to for AI. And I believe that to answer those questions and around AI governance, we're going to actually need to integrate AI and democracy. And what do I mean by that? So everyone is or will be significantly impacted by AI, even if the farthest reaches of the world. And everyone should have a voice in charting that AI future. But that isn't the path that we're on, right? We're instead following these two dystopian paths. One leads to unaccountable monopolies or authoritarian countries that are unilaterally controlling ubiquitous AI systems. And the other path is this sort of unrestricted access to increasingly powerful systems, and that can actually be used to cause massive irreversible harm. So you have like autocracy on one hand and chaos on the other. And the obvious example is, the obvious alternative is democratic control over AI systems. So particularly over their governance and of their alignment. But we have a big problem. Democracy, as we generally know it, relies on national boundaries. And AI impacts are transnational. And even worse, our current democracies are themselves being disrupted by AI advances. We've already seen both of these issues just with recommender systems and deepfakes, right? And so that begs this question: who should make decisions about transnational AI, and how should those decisions be made? And so what I'm calling AI democracy or platform democracy provides, hopefully, a potential answer. And just to sort of connect into some of the prior work, this question of who decides obviously applies to powerful general purpose AI systems like in the summit that just happened. That was focused on that. But we can also get really concrete right now. Recommender and ranking systems that have been among the most complex, influential, and widely used AI systems for years. And who gets to decide the extent to which a recommender system is bridging versus dividing, right? These choices have global impacts. And it turns out that global democratic processes aren't as crazy as they sound. The key to feasibility is not to use elections, but instead deliberative democracy, in combination with sort of modern AI-augmented tools. We have real transnational examples, including European-wide, even global, democratic processes and pilots, and they've been convened by governments and incorporated into UN processes. These are non-electoral approaches. And I and others have been pushing for similar approaches to be applied to decision-making for platforms and AI, both by governments and companies. And what does that actually look like? What does a future with AI or platform democracy look like? It means using democratic processes with representative, informed, and compensated participants, selected by lottery, making collective decisions about policies or values for AI systems across national boundaries. And as I've just shown, this is actually possible. It's even been done for other issues. But these processes, and these processes can and should be used today for real decisions in non-binding ways. But they're going to need to be improved before they're made binding and mandated. And in the last year, we've actually seen most of the leading AI companies begin to explore this general direction for their own policymaking or for guiding and aligning the AI systems that they are developing. I've been helping advise some of those efforts, and I see them as aiming in roughly the right direction, even if at present they're still deeply imperfect initial steps. And well, developing robust approaches to transnational democracy augmented by AI, that's going to require extensive and rapid experimentation. It's a huge research agenda that can help accelerate this work. I've highlighted a few of the questions there that might be of interest to researchers at this intersection. And there are real risks here, right? There are risks of participation washing, risks of not creating the space for learning, especially for many organizations that are new to such processes. And we have to also be careful to compare new processes against realistic alternatives, not just the theoretical ideals. So I'm in the midst, actually, of launching an organization, the AI and Democracy Foundation, and the mission there is to actually accelerate field building toward this goal through ecosystem analysis, grants for research and pilots, and advising governments, AI organizations, and other funders. And I've actually already been doing this on an ad hoc basis for years, in a sense. And the goal is really to speed that up dramatically. I believe that we're going to need to provide viable democratic alternatives to unilateral AI, and we may not have much time to do that. Thank you.